Yeah.
When I left it all alone, I left it for a reason.
Really left it for a reason.
Humble down, I'm just working, waiting on my season. Man, I'm only that's the ones walking in agreement. Who brought it from the bottom? Can you believe it? I really do it for a reason.
Yo, anyway, ready, man? Welcome to another episode of B.M.T. Black Man Stocks. I'm your host, short host, I'm about to say Jonathan. Yahoo.
Yahunatan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And we about to talk about
Blessings.
What's up?
Much blessings, my king, my lord.
My lord.
L'chaim.
But we about to talk about this Wilder fight, different sports that happened throughout the weekend. I'm about to call the Ock, man, tell him to get on Skype. I was gonna go in a certain order, man. But let's start off on the NBA. I was looking at some stuff on the NBA, trying to do a little.
Hold on. Let's start off with the loss.
Who?
Didn't Texans beat the Colts?
The Texans beat the Colts. I think so, actually.
Did they?
The Texans beat the Colts.
Yeah, we both had the Colts.
So we both had the Colts on that one. So we both took an L on that one. Man. Let's look up how that game fared. Jacoby Brissett, 16 to 25, 129 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Jonathan Williams, 26 carries, 104 yards. So they really fed him the rock. Eric Abraham, 4 catches, 44 yards to lead the Colts in receptions. T.Y. Hilton didn't do much, 3 catches, 18 yards. I can always tell right here the reason why they lost, they couldn't get no pressure on only one sack. You know, that's not going to do nothing to Watson. Watson had 19 completions, 30 attempts, 298 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Carlos Hyde didn't do much, 16 carries, 67 yards. But we all know it's not about really the yards; it's about the carries, because that keeps the other team unbalanced. Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins.
So you're saying the yards? What it means really about? You feel like the carry? It was too much carry for the yardage?
No. For instance, you know, when you game planning, the running back doesn't necessarily have to dominate the game.
Exactly.
All you have to do is keep the other team guessing, like you don't know whether they're going to. They can have them still stack the box, even though he's not getting the carry. So he carried 16 carries. Then you had Duke Johnson with another 5 carries, and then you had Deshaun Watson with 3 carries. So you got average over 20 attempts rushing, even though it didn't hit 100 yards. You still have that defense honest, because they're still a threat to run the ball. So you really can't just play all dime and nickel packages. You really got to protect the run. So they did a good job of disguising their lack of running ability.
It was very poor, because to me it seems like they only had 99 yards throughout the rushing.
Yeah,
the whole game.
But their attempts were really good. Their attempts of carrying was really good. So the defense didn't know.
23 attempts.
Yeah,
23 carries.
Yeah, their defense did pretty good. I mean, the coordinator did good job disguising it. Will Fuller, DeAndre Hopkins, both. Will Fuller had 140 yards. DeAndre Hopkins 94 yards. Yeah. So that was pretty good. And they didn't get any pressure.
That's a divisional game, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep. Houston is now 7-4. The Colts is 6-5. So I think matter of fact, in that division, the Texans are that was a fight for the division right there.
Yeah. I think the winner, they both came in with the same record, so the winner out of that would basically been on top of the division.
Absolutely, yeah. So that was pretty cool. So obviously we got a full scale of games today in the NBA. Let's look at the starts. Milwaukee still, I think, the number 1 team. But I was looking at the rookies. The rookies, the league is full of young promising rookies, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the top rookies of this year. So John Morant, everybody was excited about him. He did his thing against the Lakers, but Memphis Tall is in its past week and future on Friday, and the future looks bright with Mike Conley back in town. I think Mike Conley now plays for the Jazz, but the rookie scored 25 points, eight assists, and dazzled with several big plays including a go-ahead bucket in the late to lead the Jazz to a 107 or 106 win. That dude, John Moran, is a beast. He is really a beast, man.
When you're a rookie, you scoring 25 points. That's you definitely
the game's going down.
Yeah, you're going down. If you can contribute 10 points as a player, that's great, you know. But 25 points,
mm-hmm.
You know it shows your position, your role on you know what I mean, as a starter, or if not a starter, if you're coming off the bench, it will get your starting position.
I would check the photos. Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. And Kendrick Nunn from Miami. I've been hearing a lot about this dude. He's averaging 19 points and 5 assists. I want to say this last 4 games he's been playing, so the game's slowing down for him. RJ Barrett, everybody know about him. He played with Zion Williams. He played for the Knicks. You know, the Knicks suck, but you know what I mean? To me, they're starting to get a little bit of talent.
Yeah, I think the Knicks is gonna have a. I don't know how far along they are from being a playoff team, but they're gonna. You say about a year or two, 8th seed.
Now I don't think they're gonna get it this year. I mean, but
a year 2 next year, a year 2 8th seed.
Maybe so, man. I actually like what them and the Cavs is doing is quietly, and I still think like right now they're the lowest. I mean, they the last in the East, 4 wins, 12 losses. You know, and surprisingly the Hawks is too, and the Hawks got some serious talent. So I don't know, man. It's still really early in the season, really early. Yeah, but you know they've played 16, 17 games already, man. So obviously it's way too early in the season to write somebody off, man. But the Warriors, they last the whole NBA with goddamn 3 wins, 14 losses. Where all that Warriors energy everybody had before.
And I thought Warriors had one of the best bench ever. Like, so
but they lost.
They're losing, man.
But you know who they lost though?
They lost Kyrie. They lost Clay. They lost DeMarcus Cousins. They lost
retired.
Durant. Who retired?
Sean Livingston retired, I believe. Iguodala or Iguodala. He's a free agent. I think they say he's probably going to the Lakers. They lost. Jamel McGee went to the Lakers. They lost. More importantly, they lost their bench. It wasn't just their starters, but they don't have no depth.
Yeah. Oh man. Great week. And oh man. But yeah, I'm just, you know, it's still early. Football's hot right now because football's going into the playoffs. Basketball's still early.
NFL season goes so fast. I was looking at it. I'm like, golly, they only got like 6 or 7 more games.
They do, man. They do.
But real quick, though, do you know when Zion Williams is going to be back? I know he had got some kind of either.
I heard he was out for the season. I heard he might be out for the season.
No, don't say that. You said
it? I heard he's out for the season.
No. Hold on, let me see. This is from this is November 22nd. Andre Lopez of ESPN. It says that Griffin told ESPN New Orleans 101.3 in an interview on Friday that Williams is on schedule with his rehab from a meniscus surgery that knocked him out for the start of the season. He is progressing exactly as we had hoped. Griffin said, let me see, with the Pelicans on a 3-game road trip, Williams stayed back in New Orleans. We're optimistic. Zion excited to where he wants to be. I'm trying to see when he's supposed to be coming back because I don't think he's out for the season. Oh yeah, okay. It says original timeline for Williams' surgery, which happened on October 20, was 6 to 8 weeks. Griffin said that while Williams is on schedule, it's more likely he'll come back at the latter end of that timeline. So we're looking at from that injury from 8 weeks.
When was that report? When was that report? Because we already
it was yesterday.
December.
It was yesterday by Andre Lopez of ESPN, November 22nd, 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. All right. It's crazy, yeah. Yeah, man, it's a great time, man. You know, I'm proud of homeboy Wilder. You know, that was like the highlight for me last night. You know.
Hello?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. We up there talking about Zion Williams and his supposed to be coming back at the end of 8 weeks, man. So hope that happened in October, man. So I think we'll probably see him in January or probably after the All-Star break. I still think that they have a lot of talent on the team.
After the All-Star break?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I think so. I just read the clipping from the ESPN that said that his injury happened October. I want to say October. I think October 29th or October sometime. And from that day, it was supposed to be 8 weeks. He would be back, and they said they'd probably come back at the end of that timeline. But I'm like, why not just bring him back after the All-Star game? Why not make sure it's completely healed? I mean, realistically, I mean, looking at the schedule, I mean, looking at the conference and they stats, I mean, they standings. Hold on.
I think
they're not going nowhere.
Well, they 2. If the playoff will start now, they 2 games out from that. So looking at they're 6-10. Obviously, it's still early, but they would be the 10th seed. So why not just see how the season go? If they fall lower than that, I would wait till after the All-Star break. But if they own a hunt and you feel like he can hit, but I think that the way his game is, he don't have an outside shot anyway, and teams is gonna collapse on him as soon as he come to the bucket like they did on Guinness last year in the playoffs. I think that it's not gonna really be successful like they thought.
Yeah, I know you didn't just call Giannis Guinness.
Yeah, Giannis Guinness.
Yo, you tripping.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs to lose some weight, man. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
This time he needs to be like around 250.
Yeah.
He weighs too much.
He lands awkward,
Yeah.
He lands hard, and it's like that's why his knees messed up.
Yeah. What you think about John Morant?
He the truth.
Yeah, he the
I've
truth.
been watching. Me and my son been watching him. Like, he remind me of Westbrook with a better jump shot.
Ooh.
He violent towards the rim. I like his game, man.
I just don't like him on Memphis. I don't know. It just certain organizations, man. They'll get these talents, but they never do nothing with them. Remember when they had Zach Randolph, they had Paul Gasol, Mike Conley, and they had beat the Spurs that year. It was like 2009 or 2010 in the playoffs. And I'm like, man, they got a squad, and all of a sudden you don't hear nothing from them.
But the West is the beast, man.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nobody in the East that's going to beat anybody in the West. Would beat too many teams in the West in the playoffs. I'll be honest with you.
Who you think's right now gonna be the 2 in the chip?
I keep saying the Clippers, but
what about the East?
I keep saying the Clippers, but the way I'm keep looking at it, Houston is 11-5. It seemed to be really working out with Westbrook and Harden right now. So I don't know. I just don't see Denver being able to stop that team. So I think it's going to come down between LA, Houston, and the Clippers. I just think that LA is just one injury away, like most teams, from messing up. I think I still got the Clippers. In a 7-game series, I think Doc Rivers will come through.
Yeah, I got the Clippers winning it all this year.
Okay.
Easy work.
You think the Clippers?
Yeah.
What about you,
It's
Op?
not gonna be easy.
Man, I got it. I got it. I got Lakers. I got Lakers. I got the Lakers on it. I don't know. I got the Lakers.
Hey, watch out for Miami too and Toronto. Those teams like that, man, who have a good organization.
Yeah, don't sleep on Toronto. Hey, Toronto might be in the East.
You think so? I think,
Finals again.
I think
Yeah.
Milwaukee will do it this year.
nah, I don't. They need somebody with a consistent
They had it. They
outside
almost took it
crazy
last year.
jumper to open it up for Giannis.
You said the Celtics?
Nah, I don't think the Celtics going. They nice, but I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna do it.
Nah, hopefully Kemba straight. They look like they the truth.
Yeah.
Your boy Tatum finally stepping up. Tatum had 30 the other night against the Clippers.
Yeah. Tatum's always been nice. I think he's been just waiting his time. I think that they should have put him as the leader of the organization, but they had that Kyrie situation. So I think that the chemistry is getting back there, man. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Definitely. But
I like the Celtics.
okay, yo, on the what's it called? Anybody see some college football yesterday? I know the big games was they had a few big games actually. Georgia squeaked one out. My Bulldogs squeaked one out against just lost it. Against Texas A&M 19-13. Ohio State beat Penn State. I can't believe Texas lost to Baylor. Michigan won against Indiana. Who did Alabama play? Oh, they put the hell out of whoever the hell this team is. WCU. What is that? Western something.
Some bombs.
Yeah, but I know, right?
A bunker 66-3.
Yeah, I mean LSU. LSU's man. They're gonna be tough, man. You know what they saying though? They saying that Alabama actually is. If it would start now, they would miss the playoffs.
They would, but when LSU plays Georgia, then they're gonna knock each other off. They'll be in.
You think so?
They'll be in that number 4 slot. It's called the Nick Saban Invitational. How do you not have Nick Saban in it?
Yo, I think I would like to see how good Ohio State is, man. They got an excellent Heisman quarterback who's up for Heisman. I would like to see them play LSU, the 2 Heisman quarterbacks. That would be crazy game. I would like to see Georgia versus Alabama again, but I still think that for some reason Alabama just has their number. Actually, I actually do like that one. Alabama has their number.
Yeah, they've been had their number for a long time.
I don't know, man. That 2 years
for a long time.
When Georgia almost won, everybody thought it was gonna be a little rivalry, man. Then the following year, just Alabama just whooped the hell out of them.
Yeah, it's been a lot of beatings, man.
Hey, remember what happened to South Florida? My thing was South Florida. You got Miami, you got Florida State, Florida. You got all these great teams. How does it South Florida get the talent in Central Florida? And I mean, you got people from Orlando, Tampa. You got all this talent there. How do you not continue to be good?
I don't know. It's a lot of talent in Florida, though.
It's a lot of talent. I think is the sports.
They're not paying.
Yeah, the sports program. That's what I think.
Yeah, probably, definitely, like you said, they not paying like my aunt said.
Yeah.
Florida State beat Utah State. Oklahoma barely won against TCU. Oklahoma always had them squads though, man, but they never really pulled it through at the end.
I don't want to see them in the playoffs this year.
You do?
Nah, I don't.
Who you got in the playoffs? If would be your it's 4 teams, right? 4 or 6 teams.
Yeah.
Who would be your 4 teams?
I got Clemson, LSU, Alabama, and Ohio State.
Ooh, that'll be
That'd
a hell of a playoffs.
Yeah.
Who would pull it through out of all that? I say LSU.
I don't know.
That'll be one hell of a playoffs.
I kind of like Clemson.
Didn't they lose one? Didn't they lose to somebody?
Nah, Clemson ain't lose.
They ain't lose. They undefeated.
Yeah, they undefeated.
Yeah, they're undefeated.
Wow.
They're I think they're 11-0.
They've been playing down to their competition.
They're 11-0.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'll go with them since my boy Tua hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think Alabama could do it with a backup quarterback. Everybody's not the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right. I don't know. Like you said, Oklahoma. It'll be interesting to see Oklahoma in there. Ohio State.
They're gonna disappoint, man. I like Ohio State too.
Yeah.
But not Oklahoma.
I don't know, man. Oklahoma intrigues me because their offense is capable of keeping up with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's like on a good day, I don't know, man. It's hard to, I don't know. I would like, it'll be entertainment.
They defense can't stop a nosebleed, man. Whoever they play, they're gonna put up 50 on them.
I mean, ain't that what the entertainment is? High scoring.
Nah, man.
Think about it. You got Jalen Hurd. You got Jalen Hurd against that Clemson quarterback. You got Ohio State versus
and that Clemson quarterback will have 10 touchdowns for 500 yards.
Yeah, but Hurd would have what? He would have 3 or 4 touchdowns himself. I mean, I think it'll be an entertainment game. I'm not saying that they will win, but you match them up on a good night, man. It'll be interesting.
Nah, I don't want Oklahoma nowhere near the playoffs. Not going. You know good and hell well they're not going to get the chip, man. Come on, stop it. That'd be wasting people's time.
True.
People's careers.
True. So if you take Alabama out since they don't have Tua, who you putting in?
Nah, they still deserve a chance because they can run the ball and they can play defense.
But all you gotta do is clog the box. If I'm gonna do that, let me ask you something. If you take Alabama out, is Wisconsin or let's just say Wisconsin, or what about one of those the West teams? Put Georgia in there. What about SC? What about
LC California and Kelly?
Yeah. What about Utah? USC. Utah 7-1. Oregon 7-1.
There ain't those weak conferences, man. If they got a loss over there, man, that means they're excluded from the championship.
But Alabama got a loss.
They're in the SEC. They
True.
lost to the number 1 ranked team, and they lost by 5 points.
Okay, so Florida 6-2. Georgia still leading the SEC East with 7-1. Then you have Alabama who's 7-1. You got LSU who undefeated. Then you have
Auburn.
Let's see. You have Baylor 7-1, Oklahoma 7-1, Virginia 5-2, Clemson 8-0, Louisville 5-3. I don't know. I mean, who is worthy of that last spot? I wouldn't give
somebody who's undefeated getting that last spot. What about what is it? Minnesota? It's one of these like small schools. Not Minnesota.
Wisconsin.
Nah, Wisconsin's not undefeated.
They lost. I think they lost one.
They lost. I'm talking about an undefeated team.
I don't think there is no more undefeated team. I'm looking at it. I mean, I guess I would throw Georgia in there, but to be honest with you, I don't think Georgia can hang with Ohio State, Clemson, or LSU. Even though that's my squad, I think they're vulnerable this year. So I don't know if I would just throw them in there just because I want to see a good matchup.
Yeah. I want the best 4 teams to play in it. That's what I want.
But if you have only a certain amount of undefeated teams, and then everybody else lost one. What makes you think that Oklahoma couldn't upset Georgia? What makes you think
Their
that
defense is terrible? Have you ever seen their defense?
Yeah, I've seen that defense, but at the same time, can other teams score like Oklahoma? You still, I mean, if it's a shootout, Oklahoma has the talent and the skill set to say we can just keep putting up points. At some point in time, some teams will say, I can't.
I don't know. I'm old school, man. I don't like seeing bad defenses out there. If we playing for the trophy,
This ain't the 90s.
the best teams be out there. If they got one of the worst defenses, I don't think they should be on the field unless they undefeated. They took a loss.
But
so
if your star quarterback is out, I don't want to see your ass out there either. If Alabama's star quarterback is out, I don't want to
run the ball though.
Out there.
But they can run the ball and they can defend. So you got to give them an opportunity.
That is true. But can they run the ball so well that they're going to just beat up on Clemson, Ohio State, or the other squad? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I still don't think that they have enough to beat them teams without Tua.
I feel they deserve a chance. They lost by 5 points to the #1 ranked team.
What about you, Op? What you think?
That's loss.
Man, I'm not too big on college football.
Come on, man. Get your ESPN on, Op.
Yeah, I know, but I ain't a big college football. But like you said, man, Alabama looking good. LSU's looking good. You know,
I
would be surprised if a team that we didn't mention shows up.
Like Penn State, even though they just lost last week.
They're done.
You'll get no right there.
It does, man. It does. Stop it, man. Stop it.
So
you acting like they had the speech about the playoffs after they took that loss last night. The coach told them their season was over. They're going to a meaningless bowl game.
So what about Utah?
I'm an Ohio
undefeated.
Utah 7-1. Oregon 7-1.
They 7-1. Okay. The fact that they got one loss and they're in that terrible conference, that means that they're excluded from the playoffs. In my eyes, if I was a voter.
So the Pac-12 includes Utah, USC, UCLA, Colorado, Arizona.
UCLA is trash. Who's their coach?
Who?
Thank you. UCLA. Who's their coach? For the record, who's their coach?
Let's see who they lost against. Okay, they beat Fresno State. They beat Stanford. They lost to BYU. That's when they lost to, and they lost to Notre Dame. Notre Dame was ranked number 15 when they lost. So BYU was, and they only lost by 3. What the hell is BYU?
Who's the coach?
I don't know, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Look up the coach.
Bro, I'm trying to give these little teams a chance, man. You ruthless. Golly. Okay, BYU is 7-4. They're in the independent.
You trying to give them a chance?
They ain't even. They would be winning it. Well, Notre Dame still independent, man. They need to get their ass out of the independent squad, man.
Playing bums all the time. But yo, who's the coach for UCLA?
I don't even know.
The last I checked, it was Chip Kelly.
For BYU? No.
I said for UCLA.
Oh yeah, it is Chip Kelly. Yeah.
Yeah. So why are we even talking about UCLA?
You just mad because he did your Eagles wrong.
Nah, he ain't do us wrong.
Eagle fan. Okay.
This is personal for you. Let's see how it is.
Listen, a lot of the players he picked help us win the Super Bowl.
Man, he get rid of all y'all talented black players.
He did.
Now Eagles beat my team, man. I'm a Patriots fan. I was upset with that one. I was like, woo.
Man, what year was that? That was what, 2 years? Oh yeah, that was like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, but New England's still the best team in the world.
Stop. You see
ever
this
since football history.
Right here.
New England.
Nah. How many championships y'all got?
New England?
Yeah.
New England about 6 now, I think.
So y'all tied with what? The Cowboys and the Steelers, ain't they? And San Fran got 5, right?
Something like that, yeah.
San Fran got like 5. Okay. Yo, man, let's move on. Let's move on to the main event.
We lost a lot, though. We lost a lot of Super Bowls, but we made it a lot.
Let's move on to this main event. let's start off with the undercard, how you pronounce it? The undercard.
Your prelim.
Which one? Leo Santa Cruz?
Leo Santa
Yo, I
Cruz,
didn't.
Miguel Flores.
Terrible fight. I think Santa Cruz broke his hand.
They never said anything about that though.
But he every time he would throw it, he would go like this with it. He would go like this.
You
That let me know something was wrong.
I saw him shaking his hand, but they never mentioned him having any kind of injury. But I tell you this:
a lot of times they won't say anything. They won't say anything. They will say like months later, "Oh yeah, in that fight I had a broken hand, but I didn't want the corner to stop it." So a lot of times they don't want to say anything because they will stop it.
I still think the fight of the night yesterday to me was Brandon Figueroa versus Julio Ceja.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
No, that fight was. I still think Ceja got robbed. I think that he got the better of Figueroa, but as a champion, you got to knock him out. You got to knock him at least.
Nah, man. Listen. Your boy came in 5 pounds overweight, man.
Yeah,
5 pounds overweight. I wouldn't have taken the fight.
But he did. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he came in overweight.
But the trip on the line.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. You took, and to be honest with you, my argument would be is you have to come in on a certain weight, but after that weigh-in, you can weigh whatever you want to weigh.
Yeah, but he didn't try. That was the thing. He got on the scale. They was like, "Yo, you almost 5 pounds overweight." He was like, "Charge it to the game. This is what I'm coming in at." So he took the penalty.
Oh yeah. Because don't they give you like a time?
You know what I'm saying? When you got to lose those last 5 pounds, that's what's the challenging part of making weight, man. He said, "I'm not going to do that. I'm going to feel fresh tomorrow." And that's why he was coming on strong at the end.
It worked.
He had to lose that weight.
And that's probably why they didn't give him the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
That's probably why, because Flores did come out whooping his ass. But clearly, I think those body shots started to get to him. And clearly, towards the end of the round, Ceja just, like you said, that energy started coming through. And then he started coming through. But back on this, I know you don't like this brother, man. You kept talking about him all last night. The Leo Santa Cruz, I don't think he's ready to fight anybody else. I'm not impressed with him. It was a boring fight. I didn't see no power on his punches. I don't see no quickness. I don't see no speed. I don't think there's hype about this guy.
Who won that fight?
He did.
He won it. But yeah, here's the thing. Like, if you're not knocking guys out at 126, what makes you think you're going to go to 130 at 135 and knock these guys out when they're naturally bigger? So, I don't know. I think he should go to 126 and fight Gary Russell Jr. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. But he's a beast. He fought Lomachenko once. He lost to Lomachenko, but you know what I'm saying? He's a beast. I like to see that fight. But if he talking about fighting Tank, it's going to be a quick night. It's going to be a real quick night.
You know what's funny?
Tank is faster, bigger, better reflexes. And, you know, Tank hit like a middleweight, man.
But it's funny you said that, because the argument can be, because we talked about Leo Santa Cruz. Now, Brandon Figueroa, you said his two brothers lost, or his brother lost too, but this is Brandon Figueroa's. I think he came up a weight class. And what they were saying during the fight was that the beatings that he was giving those other guys, that people in the next division, they're used to taking those more powerful punches. So it's not phasing them, and you can clearly see, even though he had the opponent's face red, the boy was just eating the punches. So if we look at that Tank, if he ends up going up to people who are a lot taller, a lot have longer reach, and used to taking powerful punches, maybe not as powerful as his punches, could that be a disadvantage at him because they're used to taking it?
With Tank?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, man. Like, I'll be on the joints, I'll be watching the videos, and they talk about the sparring like Tank folds middleweights.
Yeah, he'll fold them.
You understand? He hits guys bigger than him, and he folds them. So I think anybody he's fighting between 130, 135, and 140, I don't think they're going to be able to withstand whatever he's throwing. Like, he throws with bad intentions.
Yes.
Like, he's like an old school fighter.
He's the best right now in all of boxing.
Excuse me?
He's not the best pound for pound.
Who do you think?
He got to prove himself with pound for pound. You got to go up and down a weight for that.
I mean,
he got to get some names on his resume.
If you're saying that he can go up and he can crush the middleweights, then
No, I said when he spars the middleweights, he folds them. It's a difference between sparring and actually fighting the middleweight.
True.
But I don't think nobody at 135 can withstand his power. If he hit him on the chin, he's gonna make him fold. That goes for Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko. Who else over there? Gamboa. You know he's fighting Gamboa in December in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of December. We need to get some tickets to that, huh?
We do. That would be dope. That would be dope.
I think if Tank hit him, man, he gonna make him fold, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tank is the new Mike Tyson.
You think so?
Yeah, he's the new Mike Tyson. Whatever he hits, man, he destroys.
Okay, so I just looked it up. Middleweight division, right? So you think he can go into the middle of the weight division and make noise?
No, he's not gonna fight a real middleweight.
Then that's up to 160 though. Do you think he could go to 160?
No, he can't go to 160. He's only like 5'5".
Yeah,
That's not gonna be smart for him. I'm talking about in sparring. You know, they spar bigger guys. You know,
Right.
you know what's crazy? Tank isn't even a champion, right?
He's moved. He just moved. He moved up to 135. Yeah, this is his first fight at 135.
Or 35. Oh yeah, yes. He gonna run right through 135.
Yeah,
He gonna run right through it.
I want to see him and Devin Haney though. That's the fight I want to see. Yo, you big on Devin Haney?
No.
That's the kid Floyd's dad been training since he was a little kid.
Hold on, I'm trying to look up where Tank is at because I bet. Let me see.
He's just fighting his first fight at 135.
He's not a champ. He's not a champ, but he's the problem.
He's not a champ.
He's a future champ though.
Okay, I found it. I found it right here. So check this out. So I just looked at. He would be in a junior lightweight division, up to 130 pounds, right? So
He's the 135.
135. He'd be lightweight.
That's what he's fighting, the lightweight.
I don't
He's
know.
fighting Gamboa in December at 135.
What I'm saying is that when I'm on ESPN boxing rankings, and when I go to lightweight, he's not on there. He's
because he hasn't fought there yet.
Yes, yeah, he's not on there at all because he was never a champ.
He's gonna listen. They'll have him ranked once he fights Gamboa. You got to fight.
Where's he have been fighting at though? It's not at light.
He's fighting 130. He's the champ at 130, but he gave up the belt.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why. That's probably why then. So
he gave up the belt. And I want to say that's what Leo Santa Cruz fought for last night was Tank's belt.
Okay, check this out.
Yeah. What it was.
Okay, check it out. Junior lightweight division up to 130. This is where they have him ranked at. This is where they have him in that division. So Lomachenko, that's what you're talking about. He's 10-1. Lomachenko has been the number one. He's got the belt. Number 2 is Miguel Burchell, 32-1. Number 3, Gervonta Tank Davis. Under him, Alberto Machado, and then Jezreel Corrales, Francisco Vargas, Mickey Roman. Okay.
Listen, you name all those guys.
Right.
If Tank hit him, he'll fold every last one of them. You can't go by ESPN's rankings, man. They got this fat slob named Dan Raphael, who's he's the boxing writer, man. He don't know nothing about boxing, man.
But
he knows absolutely nothing about boxing. Say what?
I'm just saying that's where they have him ranked. Let me find out another.
Yeah, that's what he has him ranked. But I wouldn't go by him, man. I'd look at like boxing scene or the ring, something like that. Something that's a little less biased.
Okay. So my thing is, when I look in that division, I don't see no killers in that division though.
At 135?
At 130.
Lemachenko's the only one, but he'll fold him.
Yeah, he left 130 because there was no fights there. Now he's going to 135. He should get Devin Haney,
Lomachenko,
all them dudes is there at 135.
Comey.
He should get it. Yeah, he should get his money. That's where the money fight's at.
Mm-hmm. So I just looked at Boxing Live.
Or go to Boxing Rec.
I went to Boxing.live. Okay, they got Gervonta as the number 1 contender under Lomachenko. Okay, They got
At
him
135?
WBC and the WBA. Yeah,
At 135?
at 135. Under him would be Yorkes Gamboa and Javier Fortuna. But even still though, I would the Lomachenko. What would you think about him?
I think Lomachenko, I think he's overrated. I don't think he's a pound for pound fighter. I don't think he's like top 5 pound for pound. He's only had like 13 fights.
True.
And a lot of the fights have been at the right time.
What about this Gamboa? Gamboa is well seasoned, 30-2.
Say what?
The Yorkes Gamboa. He's he's Orthodox coming out of where's his nationality? Because he looks like a brother. Actually, he looks like a brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. Well, he looks like
I think Dominican or Colombian, something like that.
Yeah. He's seasoned. He's 37 years old, 5'5", 135 division, 30-2. How many knockouts? 60% knockout, 30 wins, 18 by KO. Might be a pretty good fight. They got him highly ranked. Matter of fact, he's right under Tank.
You talking about Gamboa?
Yeah, Gamboa. To be honest with you, he's the most seasoned fighter in it besides Mendy and Linares in this whole division.
Yeah, Linares.
Yeah, and
it's he's the most seasoned fighter, but he really ain't fought no name since he lost to Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, he Cuban too.
Terrence Crawford did him dirty. So he ain't really fought nobody since. So I feel like Tank is gonna finish him.
Yeah, I think Tank is definitely gonna run through that division, man. It's just he gonna run through that division. I can't see nobody in that division beating him.
I just looked at super lightweight to 140. I don't see no killers in these two divisions. I really don't. Even if he would go up to the 140, I don't think by looking at
the killers is at 147.
Yeah,
that's where the killers is.
Oh, do you think he can go up to?
Hey, don't forget about Shakur Stevenson.
You mean?
Yeah, Shakur Stevenson. He the truth.
He's the truth.
But he fighting at 126 though. I don't know if he'll go to 35.
Yeah,
he fighting at what?
126.
Yeah,
he smacked around his girlfriend.
Yeah. But again, he only had 13 fights. Only 13 fights. And he's not really. What about Gary Russell?
Gary Russell as well. He's one of
but Shakur Stevenson's a champ, bro.
Yeah.
But so is
Russell's WBC.
Russell's the WBC champ.
Yeah, WBC.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevens is the WBO champ. So to me, I'm be more interested in Gary Russell because they both seasoned ring fighters. Give me somebody who has ring experience, who know how to counter, who know how to move in the ring, just like you. That's a more even matchup to me.
Yeah.
I would think that this is a hell of a
Russell's having problems. He ain't signing nobody, man. I think he's trying to do it on his own right now.
You think that's smart?
It's all about who. Yeah. He used to be with Al Heyman, man. For whatever reason, he couldn't get no good fights. Yeah. But I think that's just because of how talented he is. It's not because who's managing him.
So
he don't fight often.
Risk versus reward is not great with him.
Yeah.
So break this down. Break down what is the difference dealing with Al Heyman and the other promoters. Like who would you trust? Who do you think is the cheese balls?
Al Heyman care about the fighters, it seems, because nobody's gone off the edge and talk shit about him and say he robbed them for money. All of the fighters are happy with their purses, and I guess he gives them some sort of guidance on what to do after boxing's over with.
Do you think that the fighters or the managers have too much say-so in the fight? Do you think that the championship fight should be decided by the fans? That's gladiator.
It's not gonna happen when you have different promoters. If you have one promoter, like what Dana White's doing in the UFC, then we can see the best fight the best.
Yeah, but you got fighters in top rank.
Yeah, this what it has to come down to. The fighters need to smarten up. You don't need no promoter. You could do it all on your own. You could send your man to college to learn how to do it. Let him figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You could be in charge of your career. you can fight who you want to fight. You can make as much money as you want to make.
But
I would say this.
as a fan though, that causes problems because like we saw last night, Wilder kept saying over and over, nobody wants to fight Ortiz. I would make them fight Ortiz. I think the top ranked five, they all have to fight each other. It should be a mandatory bout between, because there's no reason why what's the name? What's my man's name? I always talk about this man. White. White. What's the name? Lindell? Not Lindell White, but Darrell White. That's his name, right?
Who?
He in the heavyweight.
Heavyweight. White.
Dylan White. There's no reason why Tyson Fury isn't fighting Dylan White. There's no reason why Dylan White
failed a drug test?
Dylan White didn't fail the drug test. That was the Darrell Miller. There's no reason why Ortiz, Dylan White, all haven't fought Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. They should be made to fight. If they're the top 3 or 4 fighters, then you can't skip them and go down. You have to fight them in order to either get the belt or to be the champion. You can't be skipping these people because you're scared of their style.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, listen, this ain't boxing from the old days, man. It's about money.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So to me, I don't think it would be smart to allow the fighter to pick because he's going to pick what's safe for him. I think the fans will pick because the fans going to pick somebody say, I want to see Ortiz fight Fury. They both got that ring smartness. They both know how to counter. Why don't you have them fight to see who's really the best of that style? If styles make fights, let those two fight.
That fight ain't gonna happen anytime soon. I can see Ortiz and Joshua fighting before Fury.
I actually think Ortiz may give Joshua a run for his money.
Ortiz will knock Joshua out.
I think
so too. I think so too.
Ortiz is too. I think it'd be too smart. Personally.
I'm a football fan.
We gotta see how Joshua reacts in this fight with Ruiz, so I can test him out, so I can count him out because you know what I mean.
A lot of
he didn't show he's a champ on that fight. I can tell you that.
A lot of
you know what though? Check this out though. Y'all do know that Anthony Joshua got knocked out in sparring like a week before the fight, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So that fight never should have happened. When stuff like that happen, they supposed to postpone the fights.
Yeah.
What they're saying is that by the interviews he's given, by the inconsistencies, by the way he's going about, they're saying that even now something is not right and he is shook. They think that his mental is shook, kind of like when Ali did Foreman. That would have been a hell of a rematch where Foreman could have probably easily won, but his mental was shook. They're saying that Joshua is completely shook. They're saying that like he's really in his mind, and Ortiz has got this man's mind gone.
Or Ruiz, you mean?
Ruiz, yeah. So I mean, I can see it, man. Like
when you want to get knocked out again, you're going. First of all, he's taking a fight. He didn't take a. You know, when you knock out, you want to take an opponent that's kind of lesser than you, just so you can get your feel back in the ring.
It's the glass Joe for Mike Tyson's punch out.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, think about it. I mean, you're not going to get somebody who got you with a lucky punch and knocked you down. You're going to get someone who knocked you down 4 times. And in the midst of that, they didn't even have a full camp.
Yeah. It was just 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah. And by the look of his body, like you're the epitome of, athletic by your body look. And
that's what it is.
He's literally the epitome of a payday candy bar, and he destroyed you like that.
I think it was just poor boxing skills. He should have knocked out Ruiz the first time. I mean, using his length, and I don't know what he was thinking, but
and it's kind of scary because Ruiz is quick. Ruiz is an excellent counter puncher. You can tell he got hella power, and he's smart. I think more than ever that showed about ring smartness. Even Ortiz, even Wilder kept saying, "Man, this dude is just." I had to really, really study this dude because he's so smart in the ring. That's why I think that when you 13-0 and you a champion going against Tank Davis and he got hell of experience in the ring, you have to match him up with someone who got just as much experience. That way, even though they may not have the skill set, they have the knowledge on the ring to be able to make a good fight. So let's get down to it. Heavyweight fight. Let's go round by round, man. Let's go round by round. So first round. I mean, overall, what y'all think about this fight? I think it was a sloppy fight, to be honest with you. They were both the fighters respected each other crazy. You can tell by they were only throwing connecting 3 or 4 punches per round. I mean, they really was watching each other, really didn't run a depression there and get it over with. But like he said, either way, it's gonna be him or me, and it wasn't going to 12 rounds. Either way.
I'm shocked it went 3 rounds, to tell you the truth.
I didn't remember what I tell you during the last podcast. What I had the 8th round, 8 at the most 9th round, because I knew he worked too hard for this, man. He wasn't gonna go out there and get knocked out round 1 or 2. And Wilder knew that style, but he respected him too much. Because last fight, Wilder almost got knocked out in the 5th or the 7th round himself. Ortiz. So he wasn't stupid enough to run in there and just start swinging.
Wilder didn't look like he was in danger this fight.
Yeah. You saw as hell wasn't throwing no punches though, because he knew Ortiz could have caught his ass.
You know what I'm saying?
He would have been throwing bombs later on in the fight though.
He would have
been tired because he didn't throw any punches at all.
Yeah. But you know what? Does that expose Wilder's lack of boxing skill, or does that expose how smart he is to his fighting his opponents?
I think Wilder's a smart fighter. I think Wilder had boxing skills. Not like, he didn't grow up in it. To win an Olympic bronze medal at 21, I mean, that's not easy. You're going against people who've been doing it all their lives. You know what I'm saying? True. Shows his IQ in boxing. You know what I mean?
Does it show his IQ, or does it show the comfortability with that one skill that he had that other fighters don't have?
Both. I say both. You know what I mean? Because his right hand is so fast. Like, they don't even see it coming. It's just so fast. Right hand. You know what I mean? And that's why he throws late. To me, Wilder throws lazy jabs. He'll throw these lazy jabs. He catch you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it's just an IQ that a lot of in his height as well. Tyson moving on him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's IQ, man. I really don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, he hasn't hit his prime yet. I still think he hasn't hit his prime yet. That's what I feel.
He said he got 6 more years.
I don't even think he. Man.
Hey, he should be number 1 on everybody's pound for pound list. Who's running a division like he is? Nobody.
No one.
True.
He running through everybody.
Once you get Ruiz,
he won't be appreciated until like 10, 15 years after he retires.
Do you think that we're seeing the hardest puncher in the history of boxing?
Yeah, he's coming across like he's the hardest hitter ever.
That's scary.
He's folded everybody.
He said during the interview that he's starting to hit even harder, and that he has to slow down because he's starting to hurt his hand because he's hitting so hard.
Yeah.
So is that more power, or is that just old age? Is that
power right
everybody can only take so much hits?
Listen, pull up a highlight film, man. Look at how he send these dudes to the hospital. He had dude having a seizure, yo. He was throwing punches on his back. Like he got a God-given power, man. That's all it is, man.
Your power,
special. Man. Yo, he's special, man. We're not gonna understand how great he is until he's finished boxing.
Dang. So pound for pound, could you say already he's in the conversation with the listings, the Fraziers, the Alis, the Klitschko brothers, the Klitschko Tysons?
Yeah, he accomplished more than Mike did.
I don't know.
Yeah, he has.
Me and you had this conversation all the time about who did Tyson fight, and you propose a serious question: who did Tyson fight? But my argument always comes back: he fought whoever was put in front of him.
for that
It's the
time.
only thing you can fight. You can't say that he fought against the Sunday Liston when Sunday Liston wasn't there. He went to jail. He didn't get a chance to fight against Racine Rockman, right? He didn't get a chance to fight against Riddick Bowe. He didn't get a chance to fight against certain fighters, but when he got out, he came back and fought Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. He fought against these players, and even though he lost, an argument could be made was that simply because of the mental situation he was going on with jail?
I think that's what it was. I think that ruling is.
Was it his talent that lost, or was it his situation that he lost?
Hey man, stop making excuses. Wilder's he's 10-0 in championship fights with what 9 knockouts.
Right.
That's his record. You are what your record says you are.
And Tyson was what?
I don't know. Tyson ain't never beat nobody worth mentioning though.
I don't know, man.
I love Mike. We just gotta call it spade.
Mike Tyson was 50-6 with 44 knockouts.
Right.
That ain't no slouch of a record. And we know the last 3 ones he fought was just give me fights for the money.
Yeah, but he lost
one of the fight. He said, "I quit in the middle of the fight."
But Tyson, the thing, like I see what he's saying, because Tyson lost when they really counted. You know what I'm saying?
Two Evander Holyfield fights, Lennox Lewis fight.
Yeah, it really counted.
Those were his biggest fights.
But was he in his prime?
No, I mean I do agree that jail did do something to him. It changed him. I do believe that it changed him. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that kind of hindered his career. He could have probably been like a 56-0 type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But
what George Foreman said, me and you talked about it last night watching the fight. George Foreman said that when Tyson was in his prime, he wanted no parts of Tyson. This is the man who's been.
You know what? If George Foreman was smart, he would have took the fight, yo, because Mike wasn't training. Mike wasn't doing what he was supposed to do.
You didn't know that at that time. If you're at that, we know this now because we see the documentaries. But at that time, you saying this cat crushing everybody. You at that time, you're like, I don't know if I want to get hit like that. This is before YouTube. This is before Twitter. All you see is what you see on TV. Tyson. I think that we don't give Tyson enough respect for before he went to jail. Could Tyson have been the greatest fighter ever?
Yeah.
No, he was fighting tomato cans.
But bro, he was 5'11". He was if you his weight in his
before he went to jail. Before he went to jail, he fought Michael Spinks. That was his greatest victory. Who did Michael Spinks beat?
I don't know.
Who did he beat? Who did Spinks beat? He didn't fight nobody, man. I'm gonna ask you this.
But what? Hold on. But
who had a better career between these three? Who had the worst boxing career? Not making money, but just boxing career. Holyfield, Lewis, or Tyson?
I think Holyfield.
Yeah.
He had the best career?
Yeah, okay. What's it? You said Tyson or Holyfield? I say Holyfield.
Rank them no. Tyson's third, right?
Okay. Who was the characters again? Holyfield, Tyson,
Evander, Lennox, and Mike.
I think that for me personally,
Lennox.
I've always preferred Holyfield over Lennox, but I got great respect for Lennox.
But Lennox beat Holyfield twice.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got Lennox Lewis. We got Lennox Lewis number 1. Who's number 2? Evander or Mike?
What Mike are we talking about?
Overall, this is overall career from start to finish.
I don't know.
You don't want to say. How can you say Mike over Evander when Evander beat him twice?
But simply because we know the reasons why Mike Tyson's career went off. It's hard to just not say that. That's just like if a player comes back from a major injury and you're trying to put his career off, and you're trying to skip the prior before he had the injury. You have to look at before he had the injury. You have to look at before his career went down.
That says it all, man. That says it all. The stat says it all.
The stat.
Who did he beat? This is
we're not knocking Mike's one of the greatest. It's just who did he beat, really?
Yeah.
He beat.
He came across the wall. He came across the wall and he couldn't get through it.
He fought who was in front of him. He fought who was in front of him.
Oh,
because Evander Holyfield lost to who? Who did Evander Holyfield lose to?
Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis.
Right. Before you heard Evander Holyfield fight Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, who did he fight?
He fought Riddick Bowe. He beat Buster Douglas. He whooped Buster Douglas' ass.
But I'm saying in every career you fight.
Buster Douglas had one hell of a night against Tyson, but who did Buster Douglas fight?
Real talk, Buster Douglas lost that fight against Mike.
Yeah.
But who did Buster Douglas fight? Before he fought Evander Holyfield, who was his great fights?
Just Mike. Mike was his only great fight.
Before Evander Holyfield fought Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, who was his great fights?
Well, he had great fights at cruiserweight.
Come on, man. We talking heavyweight.
Yeah, but you know, he started out as a cruiser first.
Yeah.
But I'm talking heavyweight.
He was the champ at cruiserweight.
You can't put him in a division, comparing divisional fights with the other players when they're strictly heavyweights. I'm talking about heavyweight fights.
Yeah, but listen, when he got to the heavyweights, he started smacking them around just like he did the cruiserweights.
I would say this. I think Mike Tyson only fought Evander Holyfield because Evander Holyfield had that cancer or that medical scare. And that's when Tyson said, I'll fight him. Because I do think that Tyson saw something in Evander Holyfield that he ain't want no parts of.
I think Evander was the first guy that wasn't scared of Mike. Everybody's scared of Mike. When you're not scared of Mike, you're not fighting a monster like everybody else fighting. You're fighting a regular man with 2 arms and 2 legs. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. He wasn't scared of Mike.
Yeah. I mean,
a lot of those other guys were scared. And mind you, he's like that mean mug look he got, it's gonna scare you. I've been around him, when I was a kid, you gonna mind your manners when you're around him. He just looked crazy as hell. You remember how your boy Chris Rock said, you know what I'm saying, Mike Tyson walk around the room, that's like somebody's pit bull off the leash.
I don't know. I got a soft spot for Mike. I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. I'm always
I am too.
I know he got his flaws. I get it, but I'm also a huge Holyfield fan. I think that he doesn't get the credit. He was a hell of a fighter. I do think that Tyson didn't want no parts of him when he was definitely in his prime. But if I'm looking at Holyfield's career, he defeated Michael Moore, 8th round TKO. He defeated Dwight Muhammad decision. That's in 1986. Golly. He defeated Buster Douglas. Buster Douglas became a bum. Anyway, defeated Riddick Bowe in the 12-round decision. Defeated Mike Tyson, TKO. I mean, those are great fights. But he was also charged with being a dirty fighter, headbutting people to death. All fighters said that.
Man, that's after jail.
Huh?
That's after jail. After jail, he would eat your kids, man.
No, I'm talking about Evander Holyfield.
He'll eat you. You know what I mean? Well, Evander Holyfield got his ears bit off, man. What else? He had a headbutt. No.
But anyway, man, so we come to the end on this, man. I do think that we're watching something special in Wilder. I do feel real bad for Ortiz, man. 40 years old.
Listen. Why don't you go back? Go back a couple months ago. How you was talking about Anthony Joshua was the greatest thing since sliced bread. What happened? Speak on that. And I told you.
I didn't get that.
I told you. Tell the public about that. Tell them how I had to call you and tell you like the boy about to get knocked out. You
did call me and tell me that the boy about to get knocked out, but I will still say this.
I need to see it.
If you watch the beginning of the Ruiz fight, Anthony Joshua was taking care of business. He was hitting him hard. He was looking good. He got caught and he got exposed. I think Anthony Joshua fights robotic. I still think that he could be a special fighter, but I do think that he was exposed heavily on his chin. Yeah. Not much of his boxing skills, but how robotic he is, and I think he has a weak chin that the boxing world has found out.
I want to see that Ruiz and Wilder. I don't care about no Fury. I want my boy Wilder to get all the belts. That's gonna be a fight. Yeah. I think Ruiz is a problem. People sleep on him, but I think Ruiz.
Hey, Ruiz got that hand speed though. Hey, them hands is fast.
He remind me of a little Mike. He remind me of a little Mike sometimes. Ruiz, a little bit, but
let's not get carried away on Ruiz and Mike comparisons.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying,
Hey, Ruiz got that hand speed though.
I think if I was comparing, when you comparing more to Evander Holyfield, somebody with a chip on the shoulder, somebody who's a rugged fighter, somebody who's a smart fighter, is not scared. I think that you're watching a fat ass Evander Holyfield.
Nah, he don't fight like Evander.
Nah.
I didn't say style wise. I'm just saying like he just reminds you of that type of fighter, just rugged, a hard fighter.
Nah, I think Ruiz is a very skilled fighter.
Yeah. That's gonna be the fight.
I mean, think about how many Ruiz fights have we seen though?
I've only seen like 2. He took an L. He lost to
But Brazil.
I seen the fight. He took an L though.
He lost to
Brazil.
But I think it was Brazil, and then Wilder beat Brazil. Something like that. It was a weird.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think Brazil's a bum.
It clearly shows.
I think he's a bum. I think he's just a fucking suit. Like he's a bum.
I don't even know.
But I want to see Dylan White. I want to see Dylan White get an opportunity. Dylan White's record is pretty good. Everybody respects him. Why the hell isn't he getting these fights?
Ain't nobody.
Maybe he's pricing himself out. Hey, it's a white dude, man. His name is Adam something. I can't even pronounce his last name. He's a heavyweight.
Usyk, that dude.
They showed him at the fight.
The bald dude.
The Polish white boy, yeah. I want to see them let him step up. He been calling out the big names. He ain't got no fight yet. I want to see him step up.
You can call up them big names until they land. What about?
He looked like he ready to fight him though.
I don't know. What about Usyk?
I'm not gonna say he's gonna win, but I'm gonna tell you he's not scared of none of them.
What about that white boy, Alexander Usyk?
Well, he showed he ain't ready for the big dogs.
I don't think he is too. I think the white boy is loving this dude, and he gonna get his fucking teeth broke.
Yeah, he probably need to just continue to gain weight before he start trying to test the top dogs. That's all.
Make him fight Dylan White. Make him fight Ortiz.
He ain't there yet, man. He need I would say at least 3 or 4 fights, and he need to try to get bigger. You trying to get him knocked out?
I don't like him. I don't like him simply I don't like him personally. Not personally. I don't like the fact that when I'm looking on Twitter, because I'm into the boxing world. On Twitter, everybody talking about, he's the best pound for pound. He's this, he's that. And I'm like, wait a minute, let's slow down. He just moved.
You
got to move weight.
Yeah, they
pound for pound.
They think that the other heavyweights are scared of this dude, and I don't think so. They really acting like this dude is so fearful. I'm like, I've seen him fight like at least 3 fights by now. And I'm like, there's nothing, I don't see nothing in him that I think I don't think he can beat Fury, Ortiz, Wilder, or Joshua. I don't think he can beat him.
He's new to the division though. He gotta get used to the division.
I don't think he can beat Dylan White or none of the top guys, but I don't see why his name is so prevalent.
Who are you talking about?
Usyk or Usyk.
Usyk? Oh.
He was the unified champion at cruiserweight. Now he's a heavyweight. But I don't think he don't have the pop in his punch to keep them big dudes off of him. That's all.
Ukrainian dude with a little psychotic.
Whatever he's throwing.
Yeah. What's up?
They got this brother from Nigeria that might be a problem. What's his name? Effie Ahagba, something like that. He might be a problem.
Is that the dude who his opponent jumped out the ring on him and walked off?
Yes. He's only 11 fights in with 9 knockouts. But that's the dude. The dude walked out when he seen him and left.
Did he walk out when he said? I think the dude explained why he did it or something like that. It was something about the money.
Ring, and then he walked back out as soon as the bell rung. He walked back out.
Yeah. I think he said it was something about the money and a lack of respect or something like that. I don't know. To me, he was scared. What's the dude's name again?
F-E-F-E. Ahagba. Or Jagba.
6'6".
That's somebody to look forward to in the future.
Is he sick? I mean,
we might see him maybe during Wilder's last career on 2-3 years from now. I don't know, but he's definitely a problem right now.
I don't know, man. But the end is off, man. Shout out to the Bronze Bomber, man. He did a great job, defending it. 10 title defenses, man. He hit Hall of Fame status with that and his title defenses. He's in the elite class. So
he's one of the greatest ever in the heavyweight division.
He what?
Got to give him his props.
Yeah,
he's one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
Put him up there with Ali, Liston, Foreman.
He gonna get all the belts.
Jack Johnson, Frazier. That's what it seemed like. He gonna get all the belts.
All the belts. He gonna I don't think that Michigan Shorty. What's Michigan Shorty? Sean. What's his name? Shawnee. No, Shawnee. William. Damn. Got a name.
I don't know. Look it up.
Gonna get all the belts.
I don't think he will. Not because he can't. I think that he's the best talent in the heavyweight division. I just think that the other talents is gonna run from him.
Ruiz got all the belts right now. Ruiz got what he want.
Ruiz got 2 of the belts.
Oh, wait, I thought he had 3 of them. I thought he took all 3.
Fury got 1.
Yeah. Nah, Fury don't got 1.
Fury got no belts. I thought he took all Joshua's belts.
Nah.
Fury Wilder has a WBC.
Look, Wilder has a WBC. Ruiz has I think the IBF and the WBA, and then it's a WBO. So it's like it's 4 sanctioning belts that people care about. If he fight Ruiz, then they'll have 3 of the 4 belts.
Who got the other belt? I think he wants all the belt. He won all Thanos gemstones.
You're right. I think I think Ruiz, Deonte Wilder has all the belts, all 4 of them.
Who? No, Deonte Wilder got 1.
No, Wilder just has
I'm
1.
I'm talking about combined, but between the 2, they have all of them.
Ruiz got 3. WBO,
he got 3.
IBF, and WBA.
What about the IBF?
IBF, Ruiz got that. He took that from he took all 3 from Joshua.
So he had 3. Oh, okay. Wow. I thought he had 2 of them joints.
No, he got all 3 of them.
Yeah, all 3 of them. Ruiz got what Wilder wants.
Yeah. And they got the same manager, Al Heyman. So if he wins, that's not gonna be a problem.
All right, y'all, man. I'm about to end this, man. This is a good chat, man. Last but not least, man, Floyd trying to come back. They saying that he wants to fight. What's his name? Pacquiao and 1 crossover UFC. What y'all think about that?
No, retired, man. Call it quits. Retired. Call it quits.
Ain't about years.
Yeah, Mayweather. It's like I'm watching. To me now, even though Mayweather is still young, I'm watching like old fights, like Pacquiao. Yeah, like Pacquiao and Mayweather. I want to see Mayweather fight these young boys.
He ain't
That's what I want to see, and it's a show. But I don't really want to see him fight.
If he can fight a bum and get $200-300 million, man, do your thing, man.
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see a brother fight a brother later on with brain damage. I don't want to see him fight. Weird.
I don't want to see him fight Terrence Crawford or Earl Spence.
Yeah,
like nah.
Damage, I tell you that.
You know what I mean? Like it feels good that we got a black champion, man, who's undefeated. Everybody talking about Rocky Montero and all this. We got one too. You know what I mean? He's undefeated. He like 51-0, 50-0. Just let him retire. Let him bask in his money. I think he should be smart with his money. I don't know what he does, but all reports is he spends money crazy. I just think that, if somebody's in his corner who's close to him, tell his brother, man, just to live life. Live life, man. Stop trying to fight, man. We've seen you as one of the greatest ever. Just enjoy it.
I'd rather see Canelo versus Mayweather than Pacquiao versus
Stop it. Stop it. But listen,
I see that.
if he can make $200-300 by
Well, y'all lost off that. I
$200 million
can't see
by fighting Pacquiao, why not do that, yo? Y'all would do it for $200 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Even if you lose.
It all depends. If I'm already a billionaire,
Even if you lose. You talking to $250 million?
Yeah, for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Something like that?
For 36 minutes? Come on, man.
Then it becomes what's more important to him, the record or the money?
That's the point. That's what I'm trying to say.
Listen. His boxing record's not gonna get him no more paper. Even if you take that loss, that $200-300 million in your bank account, that's gonna mean something.
Yeah, so is that fucking shaking when you talking too. I think he should.
That's true. But I'm not telling him to fight. I wouldn't let him fight none of these young killers. Like, nah, I wouldn't do that. He could fight the old guys. He could fight Manny Pacquiao's and those guys.
Manny Pacquiao let's not act like Manny Pacquiao just looking like a bum. Manny Pacquiao out there killing people right now too, though.
He been robbed. Got robbed with the homeboy from Australia. He got robbed with that fight.
Manny Pacquiao, I don't know. Look, bro, I don't see how he's fighting. To me, he's fighting better as he gets older. How the hell is he doing this?
No drug testing.
Shit. I mean, how the hell are you that fast, that strong of a puncher, and you been around since Moses?
Mm-hmm.
And he fight Floyd, he gonna have to get drug tested, random drug tested.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna see the human Pacquiao. You're not gonna see the machine out there throwing 200 punches around.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. I do think that there's something going on with that, man. It's probably going to come out later on, but I don't know. Where y'all at, man? Y'all done logged off the screen and shit?
Nah, I'm here. I see you. I see both of y'all.
Nah, man. But all right, bro, man. Hey, much love to y'all, man. Shalom, man. This is just a little boxing update.
Thanks,
tomorrow, was it tomorrow? We're coming back on.
Tomorrow, Thursday. We got nice little subject going on Thursday.
What's going on Thursday?
We got was it
It's bringing back the black man. You know, the black man and black man's masculinity. So hopefully we have some guests on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you feel free to log on too, man, and break down your 2 cents. I would say y'all do some research on that, on how to bring back the image in the black man, especially in the household. We all dealing with Yellow Dean, we all dealing with children, and especially as Israelite men, men with knowledge, men with families. How do you bring back that image in today's world? How do you bring back masculinity when everything is feminized? So that's gonna be the topic, man. So it's gonna be a good one, man, and look forward to it.
How was Shabbat, my brother?
All right, shalom, y'all.
Brought it from the bottom, can you believe it? I really do it for a reason. Mama down, I'm just working, waiting on my season. Fam only, that's the ones walking in agreement.